Thank you. Okay, good. So this is working. Awesome. Well, thanks so much, everybody. I'm really happy to be here. And yes, I'm excited to talk about this topic. Well, first I wanted to talk about this quote by Chris Anderson from TED, where he said, "Ideas are the most powerful force shaping human culture." And it made me think about tonight and what makes tonight work. And we're all here, HR Disrupt, we were given, DisruptHR, we were given permission to share our perspective. We were also encouraged to be provocative and to shake things up. And lastly, and I think most importantly, we're around our peers. We're all here, we're in a safe space, we're all equal. Nobody's better than anybody else, we're just sharing. And I was curious, well, what's the opposite of disrupt? So I went to one of my favorite websites, oppositeword.com, and these is what came up, and I looked at these words and I thought, gosh, you know, it's kind of interesting. These don't seem to have the same energy as being disruptive. And it made me think, well, when we go back to our organizations, how do our employees feel about sharing? Do they feel free to share their ideas, or do they feel a little bit blocked? Or is there someone or something blocking those ideas? And what works? What do organizations do to get to the truth from their employees? How do they get people to tell them the truth and to share their ideas safely? And I thought of Undercover Boss. So it's a TV show, for those of you who don't know. I know I'm dating myself a little bit, but it's still on, I think. And you know what's interesting about this is that these executives, they put on disguises, and they go undercover. Why? To become an equal with their employees. And that's what makes it work. Now, I think we can all debate, is it genuine? Who knows? But it works. It gets to the truth. And then I thought, you know what's kind of interesting? I have my own team of undercover bosses, if you will, who each and every day hack into the hearts and minds of people and ask them what they care most about when it comes to work. And the cool thing about what we do is we're actually considered to be happy hackers. We're career consultants and we're career coaches, and we work with people. And what's unique about our bond with these people is that they're in transition. So they've been transitioned out of their former organization, and now they haven't landed yet. So the relationship is really unbiased, and it gets to the truth. And I thought, well, wouldn't it be great to be able to share with you and kind of decode a little bit some of the stuff that gets shared behind closed doors? So that's exactly what we did. We surveyed our career coaches, and we asked them a ton of questions. And we asked them questions about what was your biggest from an employee's perspective, what was the biggest frustration people faced in their last position? What do you consider to be a best place to work? And that was, again, from the employee's perspective. And we're going to have all this data put together in a white paper or an ebook. But for tonight's purposes, I wanted to share two key findings. The first one was a question that was asked, is how safe do you think, from a consultant's perspective, employees feel to share their ideas with the organization? And on a scale of 0 to 100, 0 being totally unsafe and 100 being safe, they collectively said 39. I was like, yikes. Then we asked, what do you think prevents employees from sharing their ideas with the organization? And we asked this by level, and first, manager and below, top 3 fears of sharing their ideas. Number 1 was a fear of being non-compliant. Number 2 was a fear of their ideas being rejected. And number 3 was a fear of being fired. Then we went to another level, to director to VP. Number 1 fear, similar, fear of being non-compliant, fear of their ideas being rejected. But then there was a new one that popped up, a fear of outshining their boss. Interesting. So then, VP and above, number 1 fear, outshining their boss. Then we went back to being non-compliant and a fear of being rejected. So what does this mean? Well, it made me think instantly of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? But it made me think, gosh, you know what's so interesting is if people are worried about their safety and security, they're worrying about paying their mortgage, keeping their house, and they're also worried about, if you go up a level, love and belonging and approval. And so if those needs are driving everything, nobody's going anywhere. So you can see that if the organization wants to actualize, the employees want to actualize, everybody's stuck. So why is this? So basically the point is that if I share and tell the truth, there's going to be consequences. So stay quiet. So what's happening? Why does this happen? Well, one, we have to realize ever since we were little, we put authority figures on pedestals. We still do it. It's all unconscious. It's totally subconscious. And we need to realize that it creates a feeling of inferiority with people, and they start to think, well, who am I to share my ideas? I'm not that important. And whenever there's a pedestal, there comes a power trip. And so when somebody is on a power trip, I think we all know these people. I know everything, you know nothing. And listen to me, I'm the expert, and we all know that. So it doesn't create a lot of trust when people act like this. So what can we do to create more trust? One, we can acknowledge that this programming exists, and we can figure out ways to unravel it, and that's up to you. You're all the experts. Number two, we have to realize that your best talent every single day wants to self-actualize. They want to make a difference. And if they're not, they're chanting this to themselves. I've been a career coach. I've been behind those closed doors. I know what they tell me. There must be more to life than this if they're sitting in traffic and sitting on a crowded train. Make it worth it for them. And how do you do that? Well, I believe in this quote here, and you can have these slides after, but go with the undercover boss example. Give everybody an opportunity to be a thought leader. It's not everybody here that's on stage and writes books. Undercover boss goes on manufacturing plants and gets revolutionary ideas from their employees. Thought leadership. Give everybody the opportunity to share their ideas. And lastly, it starts with our leadership and our managers and teaching them to be equal partners with their employees, and that their role is to bring out the best. And I think we'd all agree with this picture that miracles truly happen every single day when we create equal partnership. Go Pats. Thank you.